Hey folks, Jonathan here. Figured I'd do a little updating on what's going on, what I'm doing. The clutch, the 59 Ford, and Jordan's house a little bit. I've been really busy working on it. That's sort of my Christmas present for Jordan and Drayton, is to try to get them in the house. But it's Christmas Eve and I'm out towing away. Here's towing a Dodge. Just finished towing a Ford. Anyway, I'm using the rollback we put the clutch in. I've been using it. I've been using it hard every day, and hauling vans and four-door pickups like this. And I've had absolutely no issues with it. Okay. As for the clutch, I had a lot of people that said that maybe, let me see, I didn't replace the pilot bushing or bearing, but I did. And I did see in the pictures and noticed that the end of the pilot shaft was dry. The reason that was dry is because this is a roller bearing with an inner race. And the last thing I wanted to do was grease that, because I don't want the pilot to be slipping in the inner bearing. So that's put together dry. So that's the reason for that. And let me see. Somebody said that I left it out, forgot to put it in. I would have never gotten the clutch lined up because, you know, I use an old pilot shaft for the input to line the clutch up, and it would have never gotten lined up if I didn't have a pilot bearing in there to line it up. So that's not an issue. I checked everything on this thing, and there was no issues. So as for the clutch hub, when I said it lent itself to breaking of the rivets, what I was insinuating is them rivets was probably made out of Chinesium, and because it was wobbling and the rivets were cheap, no good, that it lent itself to the damage, that it broke. You know, when you get more than one problem, sometimes it creates more problems. So, you know, I think that was our problem. I'm pretty sure I've got way more miles on this truck now than I did on this last clutch I put in it. And, I'm, pretty positive that was the problem. But as for the manufacturer, now, well, first off, I bought this clutch through a company called Wheeler Fleet. And Wheeler Fleet is in Pennsylvania, and they have been absolutely nothing but good to me. No problems, no issues. I have absolutely no problem with that company. The company that made the clutch, D&W Clutch, out of Baltimore, Maryland, they have not even got back to me. I let him know what the Rockwell hardness was of the hub, and he emailed me back and said he would let me know what it was supposed to be, and I never heard another word. So they sort of just gave up on me. But I did, luckily, the guy that done the testing for me, good friend of mine I tractor pulled with for years. We built tractors together, and he took and got a hold of his clutch guy, which is a clutch manufacturer also. And turns out he knows these guys, and he said that that clutch should be between 42 and 45 hard on the Rockwell scale, and it was not. Of course, everybody knows it was 21, 22, something like that. So that's absolutely the issue. The problem is they don't seem to want to have to, say anything about it or make it good. One of my points of doing this was to try to help if somebody in the future had this problem. But the issue is this is a U-Haul truck, and I didn't buy that clutch because it was cheap or cheaper than anybody else. I bought that clutch because it was available, and it's not something that's available everywhere. And I had a little trouble finding one. So the second clutch I bought was a factory clutch, but I bought that clutch through LKQ as a used clutch because the box was damaged. And I wasn't sure what I was getting, if it was hit or bent or, beat, but it was in good shape, thank goodness. So I think our clutch problem's solved. And, You know, it's just poor craftsmanship. I was told by this other manufacturer is them hubs do come from overseas, and this company actually used to use Eaton hubs, and they don't anymore. So it's a quality control issue that hopefully they can, you know, get straightened out, because you know, that's not a good thing to send out. But you know, I would have loved to at least heard something from them. But like I said, DNW clutch, and you know, I'm not one to try to throw anybody under the bus or anything like that, but you know, I believe that, you know, especially companies should do right by their customers. And just, I would, if I, you know, looking at buying a clutch or buying something somewhere, try to see if they'll let you know who their supplier is. And Wheeler Fleet had no trouble with, you know, just letting me know who the supplier was. So anyway, we're going to get this dropped off at the dealership up here in Fayetteville, and I'm going to try to get back, and if I don't get another call come in, I'll go ahead and do an update video on the 59 Ford, let you see where we're at and what we're doing on that, and then maybe we'll run down to the house. So, alright, show you more. Okay folks, new tires. Bought 4 brand new tires for the 59 Ford. Got, let me see, parts I've ordered. New radiator, I've ordered an aluminum one. Ordered a new gas tank, a new sending unit, all new wheel cylinders, all new brake shoes, all new rubber lines. I ordered a master cylinder, ordered a new carpet, and we took the covers off the seats, and they're not great, mostly because they're pulling away from the here. But I think I'm going to take some needle and thread and touch some of that up, maybe sew some of it back, and just let it go. I like the pink better. You know, there was a big tore out spot in the black cover, so you know, it's not a big deal. And we done the back, and it don't look bad, but we didn't do the back one up here. We got to do it yet, and of course take the carpet out, and I'll show everybody how the floor looks. I'm going to try to clean some of this black paint off of the pink parts and see if we can get them back to close to what they're supposed to look like, and maybe some of the dash and door panels and stuff like that back to the paint. And the only other thing I think I need to order for this that I haven't is a fuel pump. I'll put a new one on it. I ordered motor mounts because the engines, well, they're broke. The rubber mounts are just shot. Checked really good up under the front end. The parts are good. I mean, none of the rubber boots are broke. The tie rod ends, everything is tight. And I know I'm going to hear about my blocking again, but I've got it blocked up in the air. But before we get up under it and do any work, we'll have the forklift up under it also. And I need to put freeze plugs in it. You can see one of the freeze plugs right there. It's got 2 rubbers on one side, and then I can see one of them's rusty a little bit. I didn't see any cracks or anything on the block. Block's supposed to be good, so hopefully that'll work out all right. Like I said, we're going to turn the drums. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing all this is because as soon as this thing gets rolling and running and moving, there should be a road trip involved with this, and possibly a pretty long road trip. See how that works out. But anyway, that's the update on this. Parts should be here soon. I kind of slacked off on ordering because I was so busy. I just didn't have time to mess with it. I may order a rocker for this side and put a rocker in it. You know, the car don't have any Bondo except for where that's at, and I'm sure it had a dent in it. And the door still has a dent that we're going to try to get out. But we're just going to do some stuff to make this thing good and safe to drive, clean it up, make sure you know, all the front end parts are really good, and grease them up. And like I said, we may take a road trip, and these are just hand cooked cheap tires, but you know, they're new, they're white wall. See the white down there? We'll put the white wall out, and anyway, we'll go from there. So this will be on the, we'll get on this soon. And like I said, you know, we're working at Jordan's house really hard. You know, of course I want my son and my grandson to have a good place to stay, so that's sort of my goal right now. So I'm getting ready to head down there, and we'll do some update video on that. I know I done a live stream, but you can't see real good on live stream. It's not as clear. Not when I watch it here anyway, after, you know, I've got it on there, so maybe you'll see a little better. All right. Maybe a little NASCAR mode, what do you think? Let's get there quick. Alright folks, we're going to do a floor update here, or a house update I guess. We got Noah sitting around eating. Say hey Noah.
Hey.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
To everybody, this is Christmas Eve. We've got this floor sanded once. Still have to go back over it quite a few times actually. But well, let me see, we got a mess in here because we've been working out of bedrooms. I think if anybody watched the live stream, they've seen this one. We're not done with it yet. We've still got to put more on. We got 2 coats on it. So, and we've decided that we're going to call this the Rat Rod House, and that's because you know, you can only do so much, and you can't quite get it the way you want it. So you just say the heck with it, put clear coat on it. I think that's how we do all our rat rods, right? Here is Jordan's room, and you can see some of the dark staining, but we've come to the conclusion that it don't matter how far you sand, you're not going to get through it. So I don't know what caused it or why it's like that, but just gives it some patina, I guess. But anyway, so we've got this room done. Only thing left in here, I got both windows molded, so we've got the baseboard and the crown molding. And this room will be done. We got to hang the door, and then of course hang the door on this one. And then same thing in here. Windows are done. We got crown molding and baseboard, which should go pretty quick in these little rooms, square. So, and kitchen wise, we'll be moved in back into there here shortly. We got the window, the new window for that finally in right here. We was waiting on it, but while we've got the sander, we're gonna get the floors finished. So you can see the big drum sander. So we've got a little bit to do out here in the hallway, and then we've got this room to do, which is not too bad. And then our floors will basically be done. We'll just leave the trim work in here, and then we'll start using the back door and just working on the kitchen, getting it finished up. That way we don't have to walk on the floor. So, all right. And you're going to tell them when you're going to have your channel up and going, no?
I don't know. Soon.
He's been busy.
It'll be soon.
He just got his driver's license the other day, finally.
Finally.
And so he's off driving. He's gonna go ahead and go get his truck legal, I think, this coming week. So he won't have to borrow mom's car or dad's car, truck.
Yeah.
Trucks. So anyway, so as soon as he gets time, he'll get something on there, I'm sure. And all right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.